You probably think your personality shows up in the big moments, the way you handle a crisis, the speech you give, the decision you make under pressure. But here's the truth. Your personality is leaking constantly, quietly, through things so small you've never once thought about them. The way you walk into a room, whether you close cabinet doors behind you, how you react to slow Wi-Fi, what you do in the first 10 minutes after waking up. None of it feels significant. All of it is. Psychologists have spent decades studying exactly this, the tiny, automatic, unconsidered behaviors that bypass your self-image and reveal who you actually are underneath it. And the findings are equal parts fascinating and slightly humbling, because the self you think you present to the world and the self that's actually visible to everyone around you, they're not always the same person. Let's start with something you do every single day without thinking about it: how you keep your personal space. In a landmark study, psychologist Sam Gosling found that a stranger could predict someone's personality more accurately by spending 5 minutes in their bedroom than by having a conversation with them. Not because the person told them anything, because the space told the story instead. Cluttered desk, warm and creative. Perfectly organized shelves, high in conscientiousness and structure. Lots of personal photos and keepsakes, high in openness and emotional warmth. Your environment doesn't just reflect your personality, it is a direct, unfiltered projection of it. Then there's how you treat people who can do nothing for you. The waiter, the delivery person, the stranger whose shopping cart is blocking the aisle. This is one of the oldest personality tests in human social behavior, and it still works perfectly. Research on agreeableness, one of the 5 core personality traits, consistently shows that how a person behaves when there's nothing to gain from being kind is one of the most reliable windows into their character. The performance you put on for people who can reward you tells us very little. The behavior you default to when no one important is watching tells us almost everything. Your phone habits reveal more than you think, too. How quickly you reply to messages isn't just about being busy, it's linked to conscientiousness and agreeableness in measurable ways. The people who screenshot conversations, who reread texts before sending, who leave voice notes instead of typing. Each of these small habits carries a personality signature. Even the way you hold your phone, pressed close to your body or relaxed in your hand, has been studied as a mild indicator of anxiety levels and social confidence. Here's one that surprises people every time: how you respond to someone else's good news. Psychologists Shelley Gable and Harry Reese identified something called the active constructive response, the enthusiastic, genuinely engaged reaction to a friend's exciting news. People who respond this way consistently score higher in relationship satisfaction and worth. People who respond with a distracted, "that's great," and move on, lower. The content of the response matters far less than the quality of your attention, and your instinctive reaction before you've had time to calibrate is a direct read on how emotionally present you naturally are. Even your walking pace carries information. Studies have found that fast walkers tend to score higher in extroversion and conscientiousness. People who walk with their arms moving freely tend to be more confident and emotionally stable. People who look down while walking, more introverted, more internally focused. None of it is destiny, all of it is data. So what do you do with all of this? Not panic, hopefully, because the point isn't to perform differently once you know you're being read. The point is to get curious. These small behaviors aren't masks you've carefully constructed. They're honest signals from the actual you, the you that exists before the self-editing starts. And that version of you, the unconsidered, automatic, unfiltered one, it's usually far more interesting than the version you've been working so hard to present. You're already telling people who you are, all the time, in 1,000 tiny ways. The beautiful thing is, now you can start listening too. Drop a comment and tell me which one of these surprised you most. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.